The bitch took a tumble. Back to the Tinder date gone wrong video, right? So my roommate at the time had informed me that a Tinder date was coming over. Never met this person before, but you know, why not just give it a shot? So I was on the deck, the doorbell rings, and he opens the door, and they were talking for a minute. I could see them talking, and then she comes in, and then he immediately texts me and was like, oh, absolutely not. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, she doesn't really look like the pictures that she had posted on her Tinder profile. And he's like, but please befriend her, be nice. She drove all this way. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem. So I offered her food because I was cooking dinner. She was like, no, thank you. She poured herself a glass of wine, and we started playing a board game. The board game went fine. Conversation went fine at first. And then I got kind of bored of the board game. I was like, you know what? Let's go to the bar, play a couple games of pool, and have some drinks. Everybody agreed. So we get to the bar. We order a round of drinks, which I think were like vodka sodas, vodka cranberries, something like that. And we start playing pool. I think we ended up playing maybe 4 games. And in between those, we had that vodka cranberry and I think 3 other shots, which she ordered. It was her idea. I didn't know her limit because this is the first time I met her. So we continue to play, and there was a group of people playing to the left of us. I hit it off with them pretty well. So we started conversating, and then it was getting pretty late. So I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and close out. So we go to close out. She orders another round of shots, and then we close out. And then my roommate starts talking to the couple that was sitting next to us for a little bit, maybe a 3-minute conversation. She storms out the bar, loses it. So I go after her because I kind of feel responsible because, she did come with us, and I just want to make sure that everybody that rode with us gets back safely. So we get out there, and she's calling us all these names in the book. She's yelling, and then mid-yell, she falls. I try to help her up, get her up, and I'm like, okay, girl, let's get you an Uber or something. And she couldn't tell me her address or anything like that. So I think at this point, somebody had ended up calling the police. Police get there, and I'm talking with the police, and she tries to run off. And I go back and get her, the cop gets her, and they're like, look, this girl needs to, either I'm going to take her or you guys can make sure she gets home safely. I was like, of course. So I tried to get her an Uber. She couldn't tell me her address. I was like, you know what, girl, you can just sleep on the couch. Her car was already at my house anyways. I was like, just sleep on the couch, sleep it off, and in the morning you can drive home. And so that's what we did. We go back to my house, and I put her on the couch, and I thought, that was going to be it. We get back to my house, we put her on the couch, we cover her up, and then we go to the kitchen to get a much-needed beer because Christian drove us crazy. So she may have slept for 3 to 5 minutes, gets back up, starts screaming, calling me every name in the book, and then she says the R word against myself. She said, you R'd me, and I'm like, nah, bitch, you know, I would never. So she gets up, runs outside, starts screaming, emergency, emergency, emergency. And I'm like, oh, Lord, we're not having this. So I was like, we're calling the police. I call the police. I explain the situation, by the way. So I'm trying to calm her down in the meantime. And she's calling me every name in the book. I was like, girl, just sit down. Just sit down. Hopefully she could just sit here until the cops get here. I finally get her to sit down. And then she starts screaming at us, calling us every name in the book. And then the bitch took a tumble. And she laid down there for a good 5 minutes. She finally gets up, which I tried to help her, wasn't having it. She gets up, and then she storms down the street of my neighborhood. Storms down the street, screaming at the top of her lungs, start banging on random cars. That's when I called 911 again. I'm like, look, are y'all on the way? Because this bitch is going crazy.
Officer, right there. Come on in, fella.
She's banging as hard as she can on this vehicle. And I'm like, girl, this is not your car. She's like, this is my car. I'm like, no, girl, this is not your car. And at mid-bang, here come the police officer. I was like, oh, thank motherfucking God. Because I can't do it no more. I am tired. This bitch done drove me crazy. I don't know what else to do. So immediately as the officer gets there, she starts accusing me. He R'd me. And I'm like, oh, we're not doing this. Officer, no. I recorded everything from start to finish. Here's timestamps of when she left the bar to when you guys arrived. We're not doing this. And also the ER is right across the street if you want to go take it there to go get the R test. Because we're not doing this. I was like, and I would never. I don't even like women. Sorry. No, we're not doing this. And he was like, no, I completely believe you. She's very belligerent and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that should be a crime in itself for accusing somebody of that, which I would never do. And he was like, no, you're fine. We're going to take her. I'm like, thank God. I'm over it. And I can't believe, like, that somebody would... What if... It scared me. Like, what if the officer actually would have believed that? You know what I mean? Like, come on now.